Shogun Episode 3 sees Buntaro making a brave sacrifice for Lord Yoshi Toranaga and his men, and this moment sets up the real storyline viewers have been waiting for. After an assassin attacks John Blackthorne in Shogun Episode 2, Lord Toranaga makes plans to leave Osaka, but he's forced to do so secretly because of all the enemies surrounding him. When the group is caught in the act, they're forced to fight their way out of Osaka. And this comes at a grave cost for Lady Mariko's husband, Buntaro, who is left behind while fighting off enemy soldiers. While Buntaro's death isn't explicitly shown on screen, it's safe to assume the warrior goes down fighting. He meets an honorable end, even though he's a controversial character for how poorly he treats Lady Mariko. And with Lady Mariko becoming a widow, Shogun can finally dig into the storyline viewers, particularly those who have read James Clavell's book, have been eagerly anticipating. Buntaro's apparent death in Shogun sets up a romance between John and Lady Mariko. Cosmo Jarvis as John Blackthorne and Anna Sawai as Mariko in Shogun. Buntaro's apparent death in Shogun Episode 3 opens the door for Lady Mariko to move on from their unhappy marriage, and for her to pursue a romance with John Blackthorne. Despite hailing from different nations and religions, John and Lady Mariko are the two characters who get along the best over the course of Shogun's first 3 episodes. There's clear chemistry between the pair, and there's no denying that they make a good team. That's evident from their hilarious performance to distract Ishido's guards. However, it also shines through their smaller interactions and willingness to jump in and help one another. It seems clear that Shogun is building up to a relationship between John Blackthorne and Lady Mariko, and the latter's newly widowed status allows that to happen more easily. While the two could have had an affair, Lady Mariko doesn't seem like the type to risk her morals or position over such a thing. Likewise, John needs to stay out of trouble, so it's unlikely he'd make a move on Lady Mariko with her husband so close by. Now that Buntaro is out of the picture, things can flow a bit more smoothly for them. Are John Blackthorne and Lady Mariko romantically involved in the Shogun book? Cosmo Jarvis as John Blackthorne and Anna Sawai as Lady Mariko looking at Toranaga in Shogun. A romance between John Blackthorne and Lady Mariko seems like the obvious next step for Shogun, as the two characters are involved in Clavell's best-selling book. John and Mariko secretly begin a relationship in the source material, and that's likely how things will play out in the FX adaptation. Buntaro's death doesn't mean they can be open about their relations, but it does serve as a catalyst for them to view one another differently. Since Shogun has been relatively faithful to the events of the book, there's no reason to think it will cut this part of the text, especially since the early episodes are already hinting at it.